Hello, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are. I think where I am, it is very late in the middle of the night. So, we want to start off with the news that everybody has been talking about the floods in Nairobi, Kenya. First of all, I want to pass my condolences to the families of the bereaved. Those who were affected by the floods in Kenya, especially in Nairobi. Something has to be done in that particular city. Otherwise, we are not in the right direction. Sakaja and the planning team, they need to do something about the city. We cannot continue with this kind of mess. uh, yeah, a lot has to be done. Even the citizens themselves, they have to do something. Step up. Just don't throw garbage anyhowly, blocking the drainage system in the city. Let us do something also to help the beautiful city thrive. But first of all, welcome once again to Freak 24. And today, in 60 minutes, I want to analyze the presidential tour of Siaya, Ruto's Siaya tour. Was it development or a political strategy? I know many of you have got their own analysis of this tour, but here we'll give you the comprehensive analysis, what everybody else is talking about, and what could be the game plan of the president and the leaders of the Orange Democratic Movement. So I want to break it down. If you are here for the first time, you're watching us from True TV, make sure that you subscribe to True TV. And if you're watching us from Afrique 24, make sure that you also follow us on our Facebook pages as we bring for you this comprehensive analysis of our politics. Our main aim normally is to give you civic education and know the right way to vote in 2027. Now, President William Ruto, a recent tour of Siaya County has generated intense political debate across Kenya. According to reports that from major media houses, say that, let me look at what the Standard said. The Standard newspaper. The Standard said that the visit was officially framed as a development tour. The president launched several initiatives aimed at boosting the economic opportunities for the youth, including the digital innovation programs and community development. The projects aligned with the government bottom-up economic transformation agenda. From the government perspective, the message was very, very clear. The development must reach every other part of the country, including the regions that historically have not had any development, or the leaders have not been doing something about it. But I listened to a bit of the presidential speech, and this is what Ruto said. You need to analyze what the president says. He's a very good speaker. So you need to pick a few things of what he is saying. He's saying that all the leaders will be judged by their development projects. Indirectly, he's attacking some of the leaders who are seated with him in that dais, who have absolutely done zero development but have been running around with the president in the aim of something they call Linda ground, meaning protecting the territories that they already rule. I say rule because they rule over the people. These leaders, they don't behave like leaders, they behave like rulers. So they are protecting their territories. They're protecting their bread where they eat every other day. That is how dirty some politicians are. But as often as it happens in Kenyan politics, most of the time this development was have got a lot of political implications uh, in either um, the map to 2027 or the strategy that the ruling coalition has, because this is a coalition of many parties. You know, people are forgetting that UDA comprises of Ford Kenya, it comprises of other smaller parties within that coalition. So sometimes you might think that this is just Ruto's agenda, but it is a bigger agenda with the parties that are already in that coalition. So, and the political implication at this was is that the stories that are coming from, you know, the insiders and the outsiders, Nyanza as viewed most of the time by all of us who have studied the politics of Nyanza and even participated in some of those elections. Nyanza has traditionally been one of the strongest opposition regions in Kenya, and it is a region that is closely associated with the former, with the late former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. May his soul rest in peace, and the Odinga family. Yeah, and there, by extension, the Orange Democratic Movement. Now, the Odinga family has got influence over in what happens in the political party ODM. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment there and tell me, Zalendo, you are so wrong. The Orange Democratic Movement has got its structures and blah blah. It has got no influence over it, with the Odinga family. With the Odinga family, I say uh, I am talking about Raila's brother, who is now the party leader. You know, the party leader of ODM, and the wife, was just the other day appointed by William Samoei Ruto, and the daughter, who is also serving in Yala. So these are not just normal appointments. These are appointments that you have to be voted in parliament. You have to be vetted in parliament by both sides, those who are in government and those who are in the opposition. And most of the time, it is something that has already been predetermined that these leaders are going to get this position. Liwe Liwalo, they are going to get those particular position. But I was surprised by. I don't know whether I was surprised. I don't know whether you were also surprised. Uh, Ida Odinga was present to receive the William Samoei Ruto in Siaya. That is a political message. Don't look at it literally, just like that. That is a message that tells you that the Odinga family are actually working with the government. And I don't know where we missed it. Hmm? That Odinga family that is very influential in the politics of Luo Nyanza and the politics of ODM are working with the president. Now, the CIA governor, who was also a very close, is a very close member of the family. was not present, and the president was in his county. Now, for the decades, this region has voted overwhelmingly against the government. Even in the last general election, they voted against William Samoei Ruto's government. But the recent political developments suggest that the landscape rather is changing and is shifting very, very fast towards in favor of the president. Now, if Ruto can secure even a smaller percentage of support in Nyanza, this could really strengthen his chances on securing his second term in 2027. I gave you the numbers, and most of you who watch this particular channel, you have seen the numbers that I gave you and the projections that I gave you about the path for William Ruto and the path for the opposition in 2027. So Nyanza is viewed as a swing county or region at the moment, where they will swing in large numbers. And I say large meaning that you get like 70% of the vote, like the former prime minister got in those particular regions. Then definitely Ruto is home and dry in those particular regions. So we will analyze that into details and the problems, and it also depends on how the turnout would be in most of these regions. So 2027 election is about turnout largely. If Mount Kenya turn out in large numbers, they could easily outshine the Nyanza region by far. Significantly, this will change the dynamics of 2027. So, Ruto's win in Nyanza strengthens his chances of getting the 50 plus 1%. Plus, he wants to win the counties. So, he's strategic. Ruto is very, very strategic. Why he wants each and every governor to be on his side? Because he knows that the constitution is very, very clear. You have to get 24 counties. So he's strategic and laying grounds to get the 24 governors on his side. What are the opposition doing? What are the strategy to get the 24 governors on their side? So they have a lot of work to do. So in politics, you don't always need to win outright in one particular region, but you just that slight slim win is okay. You get it. If the opposition wins slightly in Nyanza, it's very much okay for them. If William Ruto loses slightly in central province, then there is a problem there. Remember the number of governors that are in those particular regions. Nyanza has got so many numbers, but in central outnumbers the numbers of governors that Nyanza has. So sometimes it is not enough to reduce uh, the. It's not enough to reduce the dominance of a political party in a particular region by ensuring that you have enough MPs in that particular region, but you also have to ensure that you have the governors in those regions on your side. Another key factor that is at this moment shaping the political scenes in Kenya is the internal wrangles in ODM. So the internal wrangles in ODM, one, this is my view. Sometimes you may not like it, but this is what I think is going to help the people of Nyanza. One, I feel that for the first time, they will have choice, and that is democracy. Dictatorship means that you vote in a particular direction and with one party in mind. But the open democracy where there is no zoning, like what UDA is promising, I don't know whether that will last, but that is a good thing. And for the first time, you might see a UDA governor from some of these regions competing against the ODM governor. And the assembly will be very, 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 very vibrant. If you have a mixture of leaders from different political parties, and that is what the constitution never saw, that some regions could have a lot of should some regions are overrepresented in the national assemblies. So the minority will never have their say in those particular assembly, in those particular counties. So the constitution never addressed this. And purely Lumumba was very right that it is high time we revisit this constitution and see what is working for us and what is not working. For me, women rep position, those things are not working. They should be scrapped off completely. They are bogus positions that should be scrapped off. Uh, so, in a recent disagreements among party leaders in within ODM, the leadership of ODM, and the future direction of the party is bringing a lot of tension. So, bringing that kind of tension into the ground where Raila Odinga dictated is worrying William Samoei Ruto and his government. But remember, William Ruto needs ODM. He needs that vote intact without madoa or without any separation. So that brings up my point that the issue of UDA fielding candidates all over the country, that is just political talk. There is nothing like that. They can't do that. It is just political talk. And I can tell you affirmatively that they will not do that. It is political talk. They might lose a lot, meaning that some of these leaders, they're so used to being elected in parliament that they don't want a strong challenger. And UDA candidates might be strong challengers in some of this region because of Ruto's development record in some areas like in Nyanza, opening projects here and there in the name of the particular party, and yet the leaders there are doing nothing. That gives the UDA party an edge over the opposition. So some leaders who appear to be working with government and others are remaining firmly in the opposition, and those who are remaining firmly in the opposition are strategically plotting against uh, the merger of ODM and UDA, or the collaboration, or what they call a broad-based government. So those leaders they are also very influential. Two of them. One is a governor for Kisumu, and the other is the governor for Siaya. These have been long allies of Raila Amolo Odinga, and they have been associated with uh, the politics of this country for a very long time. These are people that I give a lot of respect to. Professor Nyang'o and James Agri Orengo, some of us would not be having this space to make this kind of noise had it not been for the suffering or the agitation that they brought in Moi's government that brought multi-party democracy and freedom of speech and association. Even the president himself enjoys that kind of freedom. And that is why he is in that particular seat today, because of people like James Orengo and people like Professor Nyang Yong. So only a fool would stand up and say and condemn James Orengo. Yet he was born in in the 90s, and he doesn't even know the struggles of this country. Yeah, I think a kid who was born in the year 2000, I think they're teenagers. Oh, they're adults now. They're really condemning James Orengo as if they know the historical injustices that have been happening in the country called Kenya. They don't know a thing about it. Wamepata Kenya ikiwa mzuri, they can jump around, write anything in social media, and they will get scot free. They will get free. They will not face any justice. Mm. Now, the absence of James Orengo has raised a lot of questions among his constituents who were there to receive the president, and I think the deputy was there, and the governor was not there. Now, one of the most notable developments during the Siaya tour was the absence of those leaders. The Siaya governor and the Kisumu County leadership did not attend the president's event. Mark my word, the Siaya governor and Kisumu County leadership, they did not attend the president's event. In politics, such uh, rarely occurrences, they we will always notice them that this happened because it was strategic. It was to send a message. It raises questions about whether this was simply a scheduling issue or a deeper political signaling the tensions in the region politics. There shows that there is a big difference in the understanding of the leaders who are pushing the broad-based agenda and the founders of ODM. Those are the founders of ODM. Hawa watu wengine kina Junet hao ni watu wa kukuja tu. Yeah, these are the founders. Orengo, those are the founders of ODM. Akina Nyang' Nyong'o, those are the people who have been on the trenches for this particular movement. You're busy there saying, oh, you know so much about ODM. Hakuna kitu unajua bana. These guys have been there for a very long time. Now, finally, so while this tour was officially about development and economic empowerment, the broader political implication cannot be just ignored. For President Ruto, engaging his people is the president of the Republic of Kenya, lazima kutane na kila mtu. He is uh, attempting to expand his base. So Ruto is expanding his base from Rift Valley to Nyanza region to central region. Is expanding his base slowly and western Kenya. Recently, you saw in the other by elections, the OUDA party did not perform very badly, meaning people are talking about the party. So if you're beaten, whether it is unfairly or not, there is something going on within that party that people like. So, the opposition need to do something uh, in the coming by election. There's a coming by election in it's called a Kiro or something. I don't know. I don't know. Ngeno's the late Ngeno's constituency. That name. I don't want to attempt even to pronounce it. It's so difficult to pronounce. So the internal divisions within ODM may be creating an opening for political realignments, and those alignments is what politicians are taking advantage of. I have not seen the opposition leaders like Alonso Gashagwa taking advantage of the Nyanza region. The Nyanza region can vote anyhowly right now. They don't have any particular direction. If you sell your agenda properly, then they might consider you. Because once again, if they have decided that they're going to follow this direction, boss, hao wataamua wataenda hivyo, watapiga kura that way. But if you sell your agenda properly, again, you might get some votes there. Whether this is a major political shift or simply a temporary moment for Kenyans, evolving political landscapes remain to be seen. But one thing is very, very clear. Nyanza is up for grabs. Unasikia hiyo, nasio utakasirika, Nyanza ni two term. Nyanza is up for grabs. The battleground in Nyanza, and that is the reason why the president is not very, very sure of Nyanza because of how the leadership is behaving. So, guys, if you liked our commentary, if you liked my analysis, make sure that you follow. Make sure that you hit that button, tick, and if you enjoyed it, kabisa kabisa umeipenda, support also the channel by jumping in and we analyze some of these stories as they emerge. It is important that you step up and give your people the right civic education. We love our country so much. We don't have any other home. Kenya ndio home. I am Zalendo, and this is Afrique 24, where we analyze politics behind the headlines. Thank you, and have a good morning, and have a great week ahead. If you're watching us from True TV, Asanteni Sana, thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for being loyal to this particular channel, True TV. And make sure that you subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, you never know. Next time you'll be up here analyzing the politics. You know my email? My email is afriqd24hrs at gmail.com. Afriq D 24 hours at gmail.com. Tafadhali tupe subscription, follow us on our social pages, and make a date with us. Thank you very much, and God bless you.